with the Union Minister for Education, Dharmendra Pradhan ji. Not only that he's a minister, he's been a great friend of the Hindu and all of us. Very good to have you, Dharmendra ji, this morning here with the Hindu team. Please come on to the stage, and this session will be moderated by our political editor, Nistula Hebbar. Please come on stage, Nistula. And Jigeesh A M, who is our writer for education. I will now also request Mr. Ramanujam and Suhasini Haidar to come up on stage and present the minister with a token of our appreciation for being here. This is a June 26. Yeah, so this is the Hindu edition of June 26, 1969, the day you were born. So I hope this is. Thank you, and over to you, Nistula and Jigeesh. Thank you.
It's working now. Thank you, everybody. On a Monday morning, first day of Navratri. And it is my pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to the Union Minister for Education, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, who is our guest for the Hindu Mind series of the paper. He is one of the most senior serving ministers in the Narendra Modi government. He has been a minister since 2014. In the past, he has been the Minister for Petroleum, where he was instrumental in the implementation of the Ujjwala Yojana, which was a good subsidized provision of cooking gas to marginalized households. He was also Minister for Skilling and Steel as well. Currently, he's MP from Sambhalpur in Odisha, but he first entered Parliament in 2004, which is also coincidentally the year that I started covering Parliament. And we've known each other since. He has, apart from his ministerial roles, held important responsibilities within the BJP organization. He's been in charge of elections in important states like Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka, where we did get some benefit from his insights into those very tough contests that the party was waging. And again, I must say a very, very warm welcome to you, sir, for joining us this morning. Sir, I'll quickly plunge into the first question that we wanted to ask. Now, you have taken over as the country's education minister exactly 1 year after the implementation of the National Education Policy, or the NEP. Now, the policy has now completed 5 years, and you steered its implementation, through all these processes. What do you consider as the major change the policy seems to have brought to the education sector?
Thank you, Nistula ji. The first question, you set the agenda of today's discussion in mind. Exactly 2020 July 29 is the 0 day for National Education Policy 2020. But due to Corona in those days, there are a lot of challenges how to implement that, how to carry forward the discussion, to percolate that in the different states, different institutions in Delhi, in the different institutions of national level. But I'm fortunate, I took charge in July 21. So in a way, in calendar wise, it is this year we completed the 5th year of our NEP implementation. Practically, we have 4 years. But within those 4 years, what we have done, we can see in the 5 years what we have done. There are 2-3 things I can prioritize, I can give focus. There is a paradigm shift with this national education policy. After 34 years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi envisioned a philosophical document for 21st century. for Indians, for Indian youth, for Indian students, with a responsibility of global well-being. So in NEP, the two things given emphasis, it is rooted with Indian values, ethos, and Indian civilization, but it is futuristic. It is looking towards beyond the horizon. Not only this document, the outcome of this document will not only affect the Indian youngsters, because India is the country of global youth. Lot of Indian population is in the youth today. This trajectory will be there for next 3 decades. By implementing this policy, especially in the global youth, a sizable number of global youth are staying in India, language, mother tongue based education, skill based education, multidisciplinary. These are the priority area to create a just society, to equitable society. Education must be accessible to all. Education must be in quality. Lot of technology impact is there in the new education policy. We have a huge country. If I cite today, India's students number in school education, around 25 crore youngsters are in schools. There are 14 lakhs schools are there. 1.4 million schools are there in our country. In higher education system, around nearly 5 crore students are there in higher education. Putting together, 30 crores, 300 million students are there in India. Around 1200 universities are there. Around 50,000 institutions at college level are there. The education is in concurrent list. To create a consensus among them, to have a new look, to have a paradigm shift, these are the primary challenges. Rather I can say this is a primary responsibility with federal government. I am confident today, after 5th year of NEP implementation, there is a broader consensus to implement the new approach, and country is confident to implement this very smoothly.
So throughout these 4 years, there have been criticism as well, because people like Dr. Kasturi Rangan have been associated with the formation of this policy. But one of the criticism the opposition parties or certain states ruled by opposition are leveling is that, see, there were no discussion about it in parliament. Secondly, this issues you pointed out, like language. On the language formula, there are certain concerns. And on the infrastructure, see, 4-year undergraduation program, if you are bringing up, then states need to find funds to create more classrooms, create more faculty. So, again, Indian knowledge system, see, the traditional knowledge in Odisha may vary in Tamil Nadu, may vary in Punjab, may be different in some other state. So how are you going to coordinate all these efforts, and how are you looking at the criticism against the NEP?
Your first question is, there is answer within that. Opposition party oppose a national education policy. Unfortunately, in today's scenario, opposition party should behave more responsibly in their interpretation, their narrative. With full responsibility, I can see you have rightly mentioned about the late legendary personality of our country, late Kasturi Ranganji. Prime Minister Narendra Modi give responsibility to Dr. Kasturi Rangan to create a national consensus. With full responsibility, I can say, after formation of our constitution, during our constituent assembly, there was a huge debate, prolonged debate for all aspects of our governance model, of our day-to-day functions. I think after constitution framing, when Kasturi Ranganji presided over the national education policy consultancy, he traveled all part of country. There is huge stakeholder consultation with different stakeholders, students, parents, civil society, governments, policymaker, financial sector, industry, social scientists. They talked everybody. They're all in record. Religious body, philanthropic body, they talk to everybody. So I am confident today because there is a consensus. Those who are opposing it for opposition's sake, it is purely political. In their own states, almost all states, with full responsibility, I can say almost, we're not fixed about the words. We're fixed about the spirit of the national education policy, almost all states. For example, I can cite one example related to another query of yours, language. National education policy is recommending for learning and teaching in the preparatory and foundational stage and early stage in class 1 to preferably class 8 in mother tongue. This is the recommendation of national education policy. Do you think there is any second opinion in this country by any opposition party? Whether it is Tamil Nadu, whether it is West Bengal, whether it is Karnataka, whether it is in Himachal Pradesh. Everybody is supporting learning and teaching in mother tongue in the early stage. This is the recommendation of national education policy. Then who is opposing? What is their opposition? Their opposition is political. Unfortunately, this should not happen. It is that doing it. Society is looking into all these things. Society has aspiration beyond this kind of political narratives. I'm coming back from Tamil Nadu. Yesterday night only, after touring 2 days, I'm coming out from Tamil Nadu. I have been to Tenkasi, the remotest part of Tamil Nadu, in the foothill of Western Ghat. I met villagers, I met government school students in that remote part. I'm confident I can see the vibration of national education policy in their schools, in their eyes, in their aspiration. So whatever may say anything in anywhere, I'm confident there is a consensus to implement a national education policy. And as you said, few nitty-gritty of functioning funds. You said about Indian knowledge system. My understanding of Indian knowledge system, in Tamil Nadu it is Siddha. In rest of the India it is Ayurveda. The recommendations are same. Today when I met a very big person, Indian origin person who lives in Europe, I asked him, how do you manage yourself? He said, in my brunch, I take a ball of turmeric and black coffee. So turmeric is different from Tamil Nadu, turmeric is different from Assam, turmeric is different in Punjab, turmeric is different in Odisha or in Delhi. Turmeric is turmeric, it's medicine value. Every household in India, whether you go to any part of India, in sign language, today is the day of International Sign Language. In sign language, greetings may vary with words, but there is a similarity in all parts of country. This is Indian knowledge system. Few people have a phobia towards Bharat, phobia towards India, phobia towards Indian idea, Bharatiya idea. For their Western thought, for opposition sake, they are opposing. They are microscopic minority. Country has moved out of this kind of narrative. And regarding funds, education is in concurrent list. Government of India is funding sufficiently to the states with central sponsored schemes, and state are also sufficiently pumping from their budget. As education minister, I agree, from union government, from state government, more funds should be available. To adopt the new education model, you have to invest in technology. Last year budget, I am thankful to Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. In this year's budget, he has given us provision to connect broadband connection with all the government high schools of the country. There are around 150,000 in number. 1.5 lakhs high schools are government high schools are there. By next 3 years, every school will be connected with broadband. Now is the era of technology. AI is the new buzzword among the education sector. Government of India is planning. We have envisioned AI mission in India. AI missions, one recommendation is how to create an AI education ecosystem from school level to university level. Another example I'll cite, government has given 500 crore rupees for a center of excellence AI for education. So this kind of path-breaking new pathway has been envisioned by Government of India, by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So state has their own responsibility, union government has their own responsibility. We are doing our part.
So even the last month, you had the UGC had issued a learning outcome-based curriculum framework. So the allegation again was that it is promoting a kind of uniformity in education sector. But do you mean to say that even within this uniformity, there are the government is appreciating the diversities of all the states?
Oh yes, we are promoting multidisciplinary. We are promoting you see what happened during Corona period. Today, there's a new things is coming up in our country due looking into our affordability, looking at our pockets. Now, all the medical science is primarily diagnosis by technology instruments. To develop the technology instrument in affordable manner, we have to understand the medicine, you have to understand the biology, you have to understand the medical science. Also, you have to be competent with the technology. You have to competent with the sensor, you have to competent with the body sensitivity. So both the education has to be there in one basket. The new courses are emerging. IIT Jammu has envisioned a course tying up with AIMS Jammu. A student will enter into IIT. A student may enter into AIMS Jammu. At a later stage, they will spend some time in either of the institution. Medical science student will learn about technology and technology student will learn about medical science. Then there will be new synergy for Meditech. This kind of new requirement are emerging in our horizon. NEP is recommending for that. Those who are opposing learning-based outcome, Prime Minister Modi rightly said, our education system should not be only confined to degree awarding of degrees and certificates. Our education system must facilitate competence, but advocating about competence-based education, learning outcome linked to that. Unless until we how did you do since last 78 years after independence? Our education system was only meant for job seeker. Now the present aspiration how to create new jobs. The basic paradigm shifts within the society. Now more entrepreneurship, more wealth creation, more technology-driven wealth creation, more transparent method of wealth creation. This is the sign of a knowledge-based society, knowledge-based economy. We are envisioning a knowledge-based model, knowledge-based education and economic system for a future society.
I'll now like to come to some contemporary anxieties with regard to students. This is in connection with the orders of the US government on H-1B. And although they have come out with some clarifications that the previous ones are not to be touched, etc., and the $100,000 fee is a one-time fee, not an annual thing, it will create a lot of anxieties among our students who are looking outward. And also, it may also affect the perception of our premium institutions, which do prepare people to go to the cutting edge and work and etc., etc. How do you address this? A lot of people have been saying, oh, very good, we can retain our prize talent. But there's a lot of steps to be taken till that point. As Education Minister, what is your take on what is happening right now?
Nistula ji, let me put up some bare facts. As I said, there are 5 crore students in the higher education bracket. Out of that, only 1 million students, out of 50 million students, only 1 million students are now, present day, they are going overseas for higher education. That's the reality. That apart, if I looking into our IIT ecosystem or NIT ecosystem, some of the state university standards. In Tamil Nadu, it's Anna University. In West Bengal, it's Jadavpur University. In Odisha, it is Utkal University, Ravenshaw University. In Maharashtra, it's Bombay and Savitribai Phule University in Pune. The Lucknow University of UP. They are all standard of national importance. If I exemplify their collective performance, ISRO developed Chandrayaan. None of them, those who have developed Chandrayaan put us in a higher pedestal, our scientific capability. None of them has studied in IIT, not even IIT. What does it mean? This concepts, perception, this narrative, only bright students are going outside. If they will not be, we have to live with the changing geopolitical scenario. It's not a new thing. In every 2-3 decades, this kind of shocks are there. It is there today, it will be there tomorrow. But as a responsible country, as a progressive and self-respected driven country, we have faith in our youths. We have faith in our academics. We have faith in our institutions. From here, we can create global standards. That is the reality today. Okay, we have to do international business. We have to go abroad. We have to, the global network. We have to. There is reverse thing is happening. Now, many emerging economy, many developed economy are interested to open IIT in their own countries. We have opened 2 IITs. We have opened IIT Delhi, Abu Dhabi campus. We have opened IIT Tanzania campus at Zanzibar for entire Africa. The Madras IIT is assigned to do that. Recently, IIM Ahmedabad opened its campus at Dubai with the request of the respective governments. Simultaneously, India has opened its education sector. National education policy give emphasis on internationalization of education. Now, around 15 reputed foreign universities, those who are within bracket of 500 below in QS ranking, many of them are 200 below QS ranking institutions, are coming to India. Some of them have started teaching in Indian soil. By next academic year, more than 15 reputed university of foreign will be teaching in Indian land. So gone are the days only we have to move. The era of technology, the era of digitalization, the era of AI, giving quality instruction, quality teaching is not an issue of physical connectivity. India is prepared for a big leapfrogging, big quantum jump.
So your advice to any student wishing to study in the US and not able to get a visa, this thing is to hunt around in our own country.
I am confident about my institutions. I will not be so aggressive on this issue, but I am confident our IITians, our IIMs, our NITians, our state university students are doing excellent in the global economy. Wherever you go to any economic hotspot of the world, you will find our Indian community with lot of knowledge capacity. They are from Indian institutions. The World Bank President, Mr. Banga, is not an American student. He himself tell in an interview, I come to America for search of opportunity, for search of service, but I am an Indian origin student. So Indian education system has a huge depth, huge capacity. But as I said, we have to be open, we have to be broad, we have to accept the global best practices. So we are not averse to going outside, but we have to live with the geopolitical situations.
So we covered your speech at this National Institutional Ranking Framework award ceremony. You are very critical, you are very philosophical about the way rankings should have been. You questioned the criteria of perception. So you even suggested reforms with the way our NIRF system should go. See, there were controversies, there were complaints from state universities. You yourself had pointed out Delhi University Vice Chancellor telling you about the perception issue. So public universities, state universities, central universities, they may go back when this perception criteria comes up. Similarly, in the NAC accreditation as well, there were issues. You had intervened and some corrections are being made. So what ideally should be, when the global paradigms are shifting, Indian education institutions, recently the QS World Ranking, our institutions came up. So the QS CEO was telling us an interview that Indian universities will be valued globally. So students are likely to come to India because Western universities are not offering visas, student visas, all these issues. So, what should be our ranking framework? What should be our accreditation system in future?
You have mentioned about QS ranking. Let me, before coming to the main part of the question, let me inform one thing. Around 2014, in QS ranking, our number was made 11. Now, last year, our number was 54. So there's a quantum jump of QS global ranking in our Indian institutions. IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, and many more are in the within 200 of the QS ranking, the global standard. Coming back to NIRF and NAC, they are run by autonomous bodies. As a government, I'm a custodian of Indian students, I'm a custodian of Indian society. I have to put forth the societal expectation in front of this independent bodies, autonomous body. They have to reform themselves. And they are reforming. Government cannot control everything. Government is not controlling everything. Whom they will be. Gone are the days. Gone are the days where government will make a list. This is the NIRF ranking. NIRF ranking has to be objective, transparent, and open. If certain universities has their own expectations, their grievance, they have to be put forth. As a policy in charge, I put forth all these things. I have nothing to hide. These institutions we are giving them, government is giving them utmost autonomy, but they have to function transparently. In that way, democracy thrives. Democracy is accountable society. I am accountable society. So, whether it's NAC or no institution is sacrosanct. These all are doing good things. NAC has developed good methods. Also NIRF. Before 2014, there is no Indian ranking system. Only Prime Minister Modi envisioned a national ranking system. That from onward, 16 onward, the NIRF mechanism come out. So now it will be maturing, it will be developing, and it is developing. And putting objective viewpoint is not dissatisfaction. It is indication for improvement. And as a government, as my leader has a very great philosophy, government has no business to be in government. So it's governance issue. They're autonomous body, they have to implement their governance.
So coming back to another issue, the role of governors are closely linked to the higher education system in the country, particularly our universities. You mentioned Utkal University, Anna University, Calicut University, Kerala. All these role of governors are very important. So see, several bills particularly linked to the higher education system, like for example a private universities bill which offers a reservation for students in Kerala is pending with the governor. And another issue is these appointments. UGC has now brought obviously the UGC's minimum standards will have to be implemented by the state universities, but the funds are given by the states. For the vice chancellor's salary, for the teacher's salary, for the infrastructure and everything. So what ideally, when the BJP was in opposition, you had made several critical studies, remarks against the role of governors. So what ideally should be the role of a governor in the higher education system?
This issue is not an issue of BJP or Congress. Let me put forth some bare facts in front of you. Historically, before independence, governors were the head of the education institution in respective provinces right around states. This is the pre-independence practice. It should continue. Usually, governors are it's an august office. It's a non-political office. Governor's office is an institution, the link between state and center. They are the custodian of Indian constitution, Indian value system. So this is the practice. Nowadays, few states want to dilute the authority of governor by appointing chief ministers themselves as chancellor, as education minister as chancellor, which is not accepted by judiciary also. This is the main debate is going on in one area. Number two, you said about state is giving money. So why governor is putting hurdles? Do you know some states, chief minister office aide's wife is becoming vice chancellor, bypassing all the UGC has recommended how a selection will be there. For vice chancellor or a professor or assistant professor or associate professor, there are set norm accepted and endorsed several times by Honorable Supreme Court. If some state want to violate that and appoint their own political crony as vice chancellor or professor,
Faculty.
without compromising UGC, well, governor should keep mum. Then somebody will oppose why governor is keeping the file with him. Governor should not put this question to the respective state government. You can't see the thing in isolation. You can't put for the thing in one perspective. You have to put both the perspective.
So coming to the school education, see, we have the survey released by the government, Unified District Information System for Education, UDISE.
UDISE.
The data says that like students aged between 3 and 11 in schools across India, including Anganwadi, preschool and class, almost 25 lakh people, students dropped out between 2024 and 25. So what corrective measures are you proposing to increase our student intake in various schools?
No, this is a very pertinent issue raised. Today in India, what is the school age? Previously school age was 5. Now NEP recommends school age at class 1 will be age 6. There will be 3 years of preschool. There is Bal Batika 1, Bal Batika 2 and Bal Batika 3. With the mutual agreement with our WCD, Women and Child Welfare Department, now they run Anganwadi. Some Anganwadi are co-located in schools. In urban area, they are play schools. Now there is a consensus, Bal Batika 1 and 2, that means age 3 and 4 will be taken care by WCD department, by Anganwadis and play schools. Bal Batika 3 onward, 3 to 12, this 13 year will be taken care by formal schools. At the entry level today, and the standard 1, almost all 99% enrollment is there. Those who are taking birth and they are registered in the birth certificate of the locality, now almost all 100% are coming to schools. Due to different socio-economic constraint, gradually the dropout starts primarily at the level of 10th. Then at the sizable number at the level of 12th. There are multiple regions. NEP is advocating to the 100% enrollment should continue from 1 to at least Bal Batika 3 to 12. That's the ideal model. Some states have started new campaign. When Prime Minister Modi was Chief Minister of the Gujarat, during the month of May, in the scorching heat of Gujarat, he took pain. He has created a standard. Sala Abhiyan, Sala Chalo Abhiyan. Let us go to school. He himself, focusing on the girls' child. He himself, in the month of May, he make it a point. In all his tenure as Chief Minister, even for 12 years of his Chief Minister, every year he will, month of May, he will spend 3 days in the remote part of Gujarat. Many of the states are now, UP is adopting that model. Recently, I had been to my own constituency in Odisha. Odisha government has started a program, Aso School Jiba. Let us come to go to school. We have to address the dropout issue with a multi-mode strategy. This is a challenge. We have to, if we want to be developed economy by 2047, we have to create a level playing field for all the students. Those who are entering in this class 1 or Bal Batika 3, they have to seamlessly end at class 12. There is a consensus among states, as I said very repeatedly, confidently, there is consensus among states to create this kind of ecosystem. Politically, whatever they may say in the Delhi or in the capitals, in the floor of the assembly, but in administrative area, in the policy making area, there is a consensus we have to create an ecosystem, and we are on that. The RT is a different thing. There's nothing, there's no hurdle to create an ecosystem. All students should end at 12. Did RT creating any hurdles on that? Did you have to, we have to change the system. Like, as I said, we have to create competence. How do NEP has planned? For the first time in Indian education system, from class 6 onward, there will be 3 more subjects. What are they? They are skills. They are arts. a boy is good at singing, good at playing some instrument, good at dance, he has to be put in that category. It will be subject now. And another one is sports. These three subjects were prior to NEP implement, they are one elective subjects, optional subjects. Now all the three will be proper subjects. They will fetch mark, they will help their career. What was the impression in prior to NEP? Those who are into games, those who are into dance, those who are into skills, I think they have less capacity. This is a social misperception we have developed decades long. We have to break this silo. We have to empower our students with according to their choice. Now, the new education policy, the expert group is planning. They recently at Bangalore, I met them. They gave me a presentation how they are visioning about standard 11 and 12. There will be 2 languages, 4 subjects will be there. They may be either of the thing. A student may take mathematics, may take economics, may take chemistry, may also take football, may take also machining in the skill development, may also take violin as a music instrument. This kind of multidisciplinary ecosystem, because lot of students are dropping out due to economic condition, due to their family's pressure, their society's pressure, they have to earn early. If the 8th standard student will learn about the coding, learn about this little bit of cyber security, new age economy is emerging in our horizon. We have to align that in area in our school education system. That kind of skill has to be given, skill education has to be given in at the level of age appropriate and class appropriate 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. By 12, education should be attractive. Education should not be a course that is here among the youngsters. Now we have to, NEP is recommending that kind of system, and I am confident there is a gradually this consensus emerging all sections of society.
When you talk about this desperation among students to drop out and social pressures and all, another issue comes up in particularly in IITs, IIMs, and in several higher educations about the cases of suicide. You had intervened, you had set up a committee, UGC is also monitoring it, court had also made some observations. But now there is a sort of lot of insecurity among parents, students, and all. What will they get after this thing? Because the global conditions are going worse, unemployment is a question. So, to address this challenge, what are the steps it's in your mind like?
Why you are so critical? Why so? I would not like to use the word so negative. In recent past, 25 crore people has come out of poverty list. Those who are very aggressive on where is the jobs? There are new jobs. Recently, last budget, Prime Minister Modi envisioned a new vertical for welfare of gig workers. Gig workers means new jobs. Swanidhi means new jobs. We have built 4 crores house. We have given water to 15 crore house. We have given Ujjwala Yojana, PM Ujjwala Yojana to 11 crore house. All these schemes create new jobs. And that apart, you said about opportunity. You said about mental wellness. I accept this issue. Always, I never shy out from this issue. In the floor of the house, in outside also. If a single child, unfortunately, is not among us due to some various reason, it's my responsibility. I cannot shy away from this kind. I am a parent. I am a father. My kids are in the schools. My kids are in the college. They all are my kids. Do you know this is not only why this mental pressure is there? How NEP is recommending all these things to solve it out. I cite one example. Recently, I had been to IIT Dharmendra. IIT Dharmendra, in their introduction, first year's induction program. In that induction program, a boy from northern Bihar, I think his name is Abdul. Abdul said, I asked, how many of you are from state board? He raised his hand. I said, any challenges you are facing in this campus? He said, sir, in the first semester I'm feeling, nowadays I'm feeling challenged. I'm little bit awkward. I'm little discomfort. What is the discomfort? Sir, I studied in all my career in Hindi. When coming to IIT, I am facing problem in classes. How do you face this English class? This one example. I went to IIT Madras yesterday only. I am thankful to my colleague, Professor Kamakoti, director of IIT Madras. He organized an interaction with a group of students. Who are they? They are the Tamil State Board students. Tamil State Board students from the deprived community. I interacted with them. I asked, what is your challenge? They all, due to their, they all qualified JEE Advance and took admission in Madras IIT. They are student of Madras IIT, they are aspirant, they are fastest student of Madras IIT. What are your challenges? Sir, language is my challenge. This is one, Dhanbad to Madras. Similar challenges are there. See the answer. What is the recommendation? NEP recommend, even in technical institution, we have to teach the students according to choice of their language. Jodhpur IIT is the pioneer among them. Last 2 years, Jodhpur IIT is practicing a new model. For the first 2 semesters, they are offering students, those who want to join in mother tongue classes, they can join. The same teacher who will teach in English, he or she will teach in Hindi. Successfully, this is the second year. More than out of 400, 25% students are joining for the first 2 semesters in Hindi classes. From 4th, 3rd semester, they are going back to English classes. This is the new model. Yesterday only I saw another model. I saw Professor Kamakoti is taking a class for a semester student. So, by the 3rd semester student. Usually he will speak in English. AI, we have formed AI mission. That AI mission, AI is giving us opportunity. Same Kamakoti will teach in English. Simultaneously, that will convert to Tamil, that will convert to Odia, that will convert to Hindi with his same own voice. Technology is enabling all these things. Prime Minister Modi is every month addressing in Mann Ki Baat. Now, from last 2 weeks, we are listening to his Mann Ki Baat in multilingual, in the same voice. These are that for NEP has recommended intervention of inclusion of technology in education system. Now it is emerging. This is one example. Many issues are there. We have to focus on sports. We have to focus on sports. We have to focus on extracurricular activities. You have to be more interpersonal relations has to be developed. All this system, UGC has recommended, IIT, NIT councils have recommended all such things. But we have to find out new methods.
So let's take a little pivot to politics now.
You asked me to confine only in education.
No. That cannot be. I'm sitting here. I need to ask you at least 2 questions. The first of which is that you're from Odisha, and for many years we had like a record-breaking chief minister there from a regional party, Mr. Naveen Patnaik of the Biju Janata Dal. Have you met him after he lost power, and what has been your interaction like? And how do you see the BJD reforming and regrouping after this?
I have a very warm and cordial relationship with Sri Naveen Patnaik ji. When I became MLA first time in 2000, he was our chief minister, and we had a alliance with them. It is a democracy. Everybody has to change themselves according to time, and people of Odisha has consciously decided to change the government in Odisha, and there is a new BJP government. But after changing of the government, I met Naveen Patnaik ji many times. He came to console me when my father passed away. He came to my house to console me. When he was in hospital in Bombay, I inquired about his health. I talked to him. My personal relationship with Sri Navin Patnaik is very warm and cordial. He is very affectionate towards me. And he is an elder man. He is a very respectable man. He is a very dignified man. I have all my respect and wishes for his good health and his well-being. And beyond that,
He's also left very big shoes to fill.
certainly when
And
anybody...
this is a first-term BJP government. Do you think any difficulties
in
or
Indian
challenges?
democracy, in Indian, whoever may serve for a longer period, it's a blessing. Without the blessings of people, it can't happen. Prime Minister Modi is in public office since last almost 2.5 decades. So Nabin Babu, so Jyoti Babu. So many people serve the office for a longer period with the blessings of the people. This is the uniqueness of our democracy. We have to respect that. These are not individuals, they are representatives. Who is these peoples? As a practitioner of democracy, I have to also learn and respect that issue. You ask another question about BJD, it is their issue. I am from BJP.
No, but what about the big shoes that Mr. Navin Patnaik has left to fill? Do you think the BJP at this point of time will be able to hold on to power the way
They are not in
BJD
power.
did?
They are
No,
in
as
opposition.
BJP, I said.
No, BJP. I always I am a student of Odisha, keen observer and a practitioner and a participant of Odisha politics. I am confident we have developed our party in Odisha, BJP, from scratch to 40% vote. Today we are in the responsibility. I am thankful to my states, people of my state. They have blessed Prime Minister Modi with 20 parliament seats out of 21. BJP is a force to reckon for a longer period in Odisha. BJP will be the formidable force, one political force in Odisha. Other political force, I don't know about them, how things will come up. But BJP is there, here to remain for a longer period in Odisha.
Now, one more question. We're all waiting for the new national president of the BJP. You can tell us if you have any information on when that will happen and whether you are one of the front runners.
Nistula, you are a very, you know BJP in and out. So I think you have the answer.
No, not at all, not at all. I would have written it in the Hindu otherwise.
So you know that doesn't mean you know the fact. You know my functioning. You know my style. You know my process. So I am a cadre-based party. There are processes. There are timing. There is a leadership. They will take appropriate decision at appropriate time.
It's been 15 months.
No, it's up to the leadership, up to the party, up to our timing. It's a politics. We have our own time. There is a Honorable Jagat Prakash Nadu is a very successful president. With his leadership, we won in 2014, 2024. Prime Minister is the ultimate leader. So there is no issue of, there is a leadership. My party is a democratic party, it is not a party of a few families. There is a process, there is a timing. There are many issues in front of country and leadership will take appropriate decision and appropriate time.
Okay, we'll throw it open now for questions in case anybody has any questions. Can somebody take the mic from here?
Hi, sir. Good morning. This is Abhinay Lakshman. I cover social justice and tribal affairs ministries. So my question was, from our reporting in higher education campuses, what we are learning is that general category students are increasingly feeling that reservation is unfair to the general category students. The feeling of unfairness is increasing as we speak. What is the education ministry doing specifically to address this issue, as more and more general category students feel like reservation continues to deal them an unfair hand? The second part of the question is, what is the current government's thinking on bringing reservations for SC, STs and OBCs in private educational institutions, higher educational institutions?
On the part one, this is a constitutional responsibility. All this issue has been deliberated in our Constituent Assembly by the then national leadership. Very detailed, very thorough. Whom to give reservation, how long you have to give reservation, how to give reservation. They all have been well thought. Around 78, 79 years ago, our leadership has the detailed discussion in all this area. consciously, and there is a consensus in those days till now among the society to uplift the deprived section of society. We have to have affirmative action. This is our constitutional resolution. This is our constitutional resolve. Greater society is accepting this one. But I know, I can recognize your concern. Few sections concern through you. Prime Minister Modi is the first leader who gave reservation to the poor section of the upper caste. We have to you have to recognize the evolution, you have to recognize the new social churnings. We have to address the issue of all sections of society. So my philosophy, my leader's philosophy, we have to take care of everybody, sabka saath. No segment of the society should feel isolated among the basket. So there is a fair balance, and with more opportunities, we have to pacify everybody. We have to address all concern issue. Regarding part 2 of your question, when we will have reservation in private institutions, there is a issue, there is a greater debate. I think gradually, at some time, things are turning. Now, who are putting this question? Let me put forth one issue. In NAC assessment, there is a clause, are you complying the roster reservation issue in institution or not? By default, almost all private institutions are complying that. You will go to the facts. Those who have not fulfilled their responsibility during long period of their governance, their family ruled this country for a longer period. They could not do anything. They were anti-deprived, anti-poor, anti-SC, anti-ST, anti-OBC. Now they are coming out the new champion of social justice. They are putting this question, but you go by facts, many institutions, even in especially I am writing private institution, they are more in numbers than prescribed category. But there is a consensus, there is a debate is going on. All these are social issues. It has to be it needs a longer churning.
So there are two questions that have come on our Twitter timeline, because this is live streamed. One is by a gentleman, C.R. Vishnuram. He says, how does the government of India going to ensure that there are more intakes in engineering colleges for the core branches like civil, mechanical and electrical engineering? Then a gentleman called Vadi Velan says that when you're batting for 3 languages, what's the second and third language in Hindi-speaking states?
There are two divergent questions. This is engineering core engineering course means this is a demand and supply issue. Now, when you're talking about multidisciplinary, but let me give you one example. AI is a topic, AI is a subject is covering, it's working as a horizontal issue. Indian knowledge system is a horizontal issue. In civil also, town planning, civic amenities, building construction, road construction, all their different specializations are coming up. Looking into our economic investment, looking into our technology innovations, the courses were aligning. They are all our autonomous body, AICT, IITs and state universities, they are autonomous body. Universities and autonomous body are empowered to create new courses according to the need of the society. Government, there is a role in government. We have to give them autonomy, which government has given them autonomy through parliamentary or state legislatures enactment. Now, universities are free to create their own pathway. Number 2, you said about how come in the Hindi states other 2 languages. NEP is not specifying any language for anybody. What are the policy in NEP? From class 1 to 5, there will be 2 languages. Mark my word, there are 2 different things. Language as a subject, language as medium of instruction. NEP recommends there will be 2 languages from class 1 to 5. The medium of instruction will be mother tongue of the respective state, their home language or mother tongue. That means in Odisha, there will be 2 languages. Mother tongue will be the medium of instruction up to class 5. That means Odia will be language. And the second language is up to the student. It may be Hindi, it may be Sanskrit, it may be English. The policy doesn't thrust any specific language for them. It's up to the state. From 6 to 10, there will be 3 languages. Certainly one will be mother language. The rest 2 languages, any language according to the choice of the student. But in total, out of 3 languages, 2 must be Indian language. In Hindi heartland, if I go specific, a student in Banaras may take Hindi as his mother tongue, may take English, may take Sanskrit, may take Udiya, may take Tamil. Great Bharatiyar was stayed in Tamil Nadu, in Kasi. So there is quite a good number of Tamil community in society. They may take Tamil language as the third language. It's up to the choice of the student. Policy doesn't specify or emphasize any language. It's 3 languages only. In Tamil Nadu, I saw students are taking courses. There are 3 languages already in Tamil Nadu. Those who are very tooth and nail opposing 3 languages, in Tamil Nadu, there are 3 languages. People are studying in Tamil, great. People are studying English, good. People are studying in Urdu. People are studying in Tamil, Telugu. People are studying in Kannada. People are studying in Malayalam. People are studying in Hindi. There are schools, those who are teaching all the 3 languages. So it's up to student. Chandrababu Naidu ji rightly said, I would like to teach my students 10 languages because I want to be competitive in the today's market. More language means more proficiency, more acceptability. The language is a connect. Language is a bridge. Language is not a divider. For few friends, language may be a political issue. For a policy, language is a bridge.
Suhasini wanted to ask a question.
Thank you. That was really illuminating. I'm Suhasini Hebbar. I'm the diplomatic editor of The Hindu. In the last 6 months, we have seen what are seen as cataclysmic changes coming from the United States. And of course, there are other countries that are doing the same, but there seems to be a trend in terms of cutting down on immigration. This is a trend from many Western countries, cutting down on visas for students. We've seen that in particular play out from the US. And we have seen the fees on H-1B, of course, 100,000, but also the idea that that more and more countries don't want immigrants to stay on and get jobs, move on, get citizenship. So how is the Ministry of Education preparing the next generation for this complete shortage of opportunities abroad, which Indian students had always counted on?
Suhasini ji, politely I disagree with this argument, this fallacy, this approach. We had few numbers of IITs in 2014. Now number is 23. There is IIM's number was few in the single digit. Now IIM number is in 21. I said in 2014 only 600 to 700 universities equivalent institutions were there. Now it is 1200. Now our GR in 2014 our GR in higher education was 23%. Today it is 30%. That means more seats, more new institutions, more new IITs, IIMs, universities, colleges, new finishing schools. So my country, we have to, this country has to, this state, our federal structure has to decide about our own education institutions. We are not a banana republic. We are not dependent upon any foreign institutions. Suhasini, I think you have not studied in a foreign university. For your exposure, you are fortunate. But I am not studied in a foreign university, but I feel myself competent. Many of this hall has not studied in a foreign university. Good, you have a great exposure. That's great. But that doesn't mean we all are not knowing anything without a foreign university exposure. As I said prior to this argument, with this point of view also, I am open to any idea from any part of the country through any institutions. But India is a great economy. See our fundamentals, see our growth, see our vibrancy, see our approach. I said in the innovation, India is in a very robust position. In the patent registration, India is in a very robust position. IIC is the top in the global innovation, in the global academics. These Indian institutions. So let us come out of this complexity. Only foreign university gives us new ideas, give paths. Yes, they do. But our institutions are great. Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella are the student of this Indian education system. They're the global player today. Sridhar Bembu, the founder of Joho, who is competing with Microsoft, is a student of Indian education system. He is as good as a Microsoft developer. So let us be proud of our own things. And I am not averse of any kind of global exposure. But we have to cope up with the changing geopolitical situations also. National interest, Prime Minister rightly said, I cannot compromise with national interest. I don't want to. My leader has already set a statement. I am joining, I am supporting his statement, I am carrying for sure. National pride is above everything.
Sir, I'm Vijayata Singh. I cover Ministry of Home and National Security. So you spoke about Hindi heartland. So let me take you to Bihar. Bihar has multiple languages, Bhojpuri, Angika, Magahi. And you mentioned that you met a student from Bihar who spoke in Hindi. So he was forced to, he wanted to learn in Hindi. So he was forced to get his education in Hindi because there is no Bhojpuri script or Magahi script as of now. Bhojpuri, I'm sure. So you are expecting, you are clubbing all the regions of, say, by clubbing them as Hindi heartland. But there are different languages. So is the government doing something to give status to classical status or to bring them in that 8th schedule, giving them kind of official status so that students can learn in their own language? Because Bhojpuri speaking is not necessarily Hindi. And when you look at the census questions also, when the kind of languages, so many people write Hindi instead of Bhojpuri. So that way, that language will, vanish one day. So what is the government doing about it?
I've already said there are 22 scheduled languages. Let us not get confused by 8 scheduled or 20 scheduled language, 22 scheduled languages. There are 22 scheduled languages now. Ministry of Education is planning to create teaching learning material for all the 22 Indian scheduled languages. Already in the Bal Batika, we have a teaching learning material is known as Jadui Pitara. From preschool curriculum, preschool teaching learning material, we have developed in 22 languages. In class 1 and 2, 22 languages. Mithila is one among them. And today, as I said, I saw a lecture video of Professor Kamakoti yesterday only in my Madras IIT, where the same person can be understood in any other language. Technology is giving us this opportunity. It's the new opportunity. Let us grab that. Let us catch that. How come India became a digital country? In the global standard, if there are 100 rupees transaction, 50% is coming from India. How come? Because India is taking opportunity and coping up, grabbing the opportunity of digitalization. When Prime Minister Modi 11 years ago said, I want to be digital India, people laughed at him. Now, how we manage ourselves during Corona? How our DBTs, JAM Trinity is creating new model for global understanding? I am confident. I know my opportunity. I know my potential. By using technology, using AI, any language, Ministry has published more than 130 primers from beyond 22 scheduled languages. I know there are many tribal languages. Do you know there is a place in West Bengal, Kalyani. Kalyani is the epic center of Santali music. Santali people are staying in Jharkhand, in a Jharkhand state. Though Kalyani is a bordering area. Santali people are staying in the tea garden. Santali people are staying in the Odisha. But the music studio is at Kalyani. This is the new opportunity. If you go to any, I am citing you another example. In my own native state, there is a boy in my district, Sambalpur, Aishak Munda. He was a stone breaker during Corona period. He became an internet sensation due to he became a YouTuber. He's good at Hindi, he's good at Santali, tribal language, he's good at local, colloquial, Sambalpuri language, local language, and also at Odia. Through technology, he became a reality hero. He became a Amitabh Bachchan all of a sudden. 8 lakhs followers are there. He is earning our monthly 1 lakh rupees. We have to appreciate and understand the power of technology and power of multilingualism. Gone are the days where political narratives were formed. How come Hindi? I never said Hindi at all. Multilingualism, Bahubhasi, Matrubhasha. The Prime Minister, this is the first Prime Minister of this country said, all the languages are national language. Sabhi bhasha Rashtriya bhasha hai. This is our strategy.
Okay, I think we'll wrap it up now. It's going to be 12 now, 12 noon, and the minister has been extremely generous with his time and attention to us during this Hindu Mind edition. Very, very grateful thanks from us at the Hindu to you, Mr. Pradhan, for having joined us this morning and taken all these questions. Thank you very much.
ठीक गया कि नहीं?